On January 29th, we have our first new moon of 2025 in the visionary, future focused, independent, freedom loving sign of Aquarius. In Aquarius season, we can sometimes feel the energy begin to accelerate. After all, Aquarius is known for quantum leaps, for creative thinking, for out of the box solutions. So I'm excited to share with you, my friend, the themes of this new moon, the planetary conversations that are going to be going on between the sun and the moon and the other planets, what this means for how we can best navigate the energy, and what you can expect from this new moon. Now, I will, as always, be doing readings for all 12 signs, letting you know where this is happening in your natal astrology chart, as well as pulling an oracle card for each of the 12 signs. But watch part 1 of this video, because that's where I do the deeper dive and I share with you the nuances of this moon, which will help you to make the most of this new manifestational cycle. So before I go deeper, I want to say hello and welcome if you are brand new to the channel. It is my intention that we are creating here a like-minded community. So if you want to feel empowered through Western tropical astrology, tap that subscribe button as well as the notification bell so you don't miss a video. Hello and welcome back to those of you who've been watching my videos. I am so grateful for you. I am so happy that you are a part of this community. Every Sunday, 9 a.m. Pacific time is when my videos generally go live. So please join us in the chat. I'm Betsy. I am a psychic astrologer, intuitive life coach, and the author of the book, The Magic of Saying Yes, Answering Your Heart's True Calling. And I do astrology consultations. In my consultations, I weave together divine downloads, spiritual insights, and Western tropical astrology. So at the end of this video, I'll tell you a little bit more about my astrology consultations and coaching. So stay tuned for that. I also have a free gift for you, an instant download. Stay tuned to find out how to get that. And finally, I write about the astrology between videos. Every week, I do a weekly inspirational astrology update that you can get by going to my website, subscribing for free, and you will get that free instant download gift right away. So right out of the gate, I'm going to answer the question that a lot of you have. Who will most feel this new moon in Aquarius, the very first new moon of 2025? It is happening at 9 degrees, 50 minutes of Aquarius. So those of you who have planets or points between 5 and 15 degrees of the fixed signs, Aquarius, Leo, Scorpio, or Taurus, you will feel this new moon most intensely, most personally. But keep in mind 2 things. One, we all have Aquarius energy somewhere in our natal astrology chart. So the themes and the objectives of this new moon will be relevant for everyone. And all of us have planets and points in lots of different signs in our natal astrology charts. So this new moon could be making some aspect, it could be activating some planet in your natal astrology chart that is in one of the signs. And this is why getting an astrology consultation can be so helpful, because I will analyze for you how this new moon is affecting you in a holistic way with your whole chart, in addition to all the other transits that are going on for you right now, as we begin this wild ride of 2025 with all the outer planets changing signs. Now, all new moons begin a new manifestational cycle. This is where we set intentions. New moons are dark moons. They are reflective times. They have us often going inward to get a sense of what we want going forward. During a dark moon, you can feel a sense of void. We can't see the moon in the sky, but it's that void that gives us the motivation to reflect, often on what's missing from our lives or what feels compelling. And this is going to be a new moon that is going to feel compelling to a lot of us. And I'm going to tell you why when I get to the aspects. But also, new moons don't fully play out until 6 months after the new moon. So that will be in August. Before that, 2 weeks after the new moon is when we often have a mini culmination. Something comes to light, something occurs that can feel like a step in the direction toward your manifestation. And that will happen on February 12th when we have the full moon in Leo, which is the opposite sign of Aquarius. And of course, I will do a separate video for you on that full moon. Now, for all of us, where we have Aquarius in our natal astrology chart is where we desire independence and freedom, where we want to think for ourselves, where sometimes the way we approach this area of our life is a bit different than the way other people approach it conventionally. Where you have Aquarius energy in your chart, and of course, I'm going to let you know what this is based on your rising sign when we do the 12 sign readings. But this is where you're more likely to think outside of the box, seek creative solutions, do it your way. And this is where we are being called during this new moon to create a vision for this area of our life. Most of us have heard the phrase, let your freak flag fly. This is Aquarius energy. It's where we have a drive to express ourselves authentically, to feel and express our own uniqueness. And it's an intellectual air sign. So this is often where we're more open to entertaining other ways of going about something or different ways of seeing the world. And if you have strong Aquarius energy in your chart, you may relate to being a humanitarian. When you're making decisions, you may think about what's best for the group, what's best for the community. Because Aquarius is associated with our tribe, with our friendships, with the world. It is the world card in the tarot. And there's also an ethos of equality. Everybody gets a voice. And the idea that everyone should get their basic needs met. So these are some themes that we might see come up in the collective during this new moon time. For each of us individually, as we focus on what we want during this new moon, we're going to be thinking about the future. That's Aquarius energy. It's associated with technology. Yes, it's associated with AI. Aquarius wants to keep moving, trending, going beyond the trends, actually, going beyond what's going on. In Aquarius, we can see what needs innovating. So you are likely focused on the future in this area of your life, a future vision, a future plan as well. I say plan because Aquarius is co-ruled by Saturn and Uranus, and Saturn wants to get down to work, create a plan for a long-term sustainable foundation. Uranus, on the other hand, is the wild card energy. It's the electric energy. It's the quantum leap. Get me out of this traffic jam. I want one of those flying cars so I can not deal with this congestion. And what I most love about Uranus energy is this is where we get the epiphanies, the divine downloads, the aha moments, the out of the blue solutions. Because, and this may be the most important thing I have to say about Aquarius energy, is that it is in touch with the cosmic brilliance, the intelligence that is beyond our human level of consciousness. So whatever you are desiring right now, my friend, and whatever you're planting seeds of intention for during this new moon, I hope that you will remember, if you don't have an answer, or if what you want feels like a pipe dream, that's almost by design in Aquarius energy, because the force of the universe wants us to reach out, to put our spidey senses out into the universe, get into that vortex, and send our intentions out into the galactic world, so to speak, so that we can receive back the answers, the ideas, the resources that we can't access on a human level. We can only access it on a higher consciousness level. And this is often when we get those downloads that we call claircognizance. I don't know how I know this. I don't know why I know this, but I just know it because it's coming from a whole other consciousness, and it can feel like miracle consciousness. It's also worth noting that this is the first moon in Aquarius that we're having since Pluto entered Aquarius to stay in November of 2024. And of course, it's very obvious now to most of us that systems are collapsing. In certain ways, we've been seeing this since 2020 with Pluto and Capricorn. But since the end of 2024 and the beginning of 2025, with Mars in Leo opposing Pluto and Aquarius, we're witnessing even more how our current systems, how our current governments are not reliable in ways that many of us may have felt they were. And so what does this mean? It means that more and more of us are coming together, gathering in tribe, gathering in neighborhoods, gathering in communities, taking matters into our own hands to create those solutions that we need. the power of pooling our inner and outer resources for the greater good. So let's talk about the aspects to this new moon because they are quite telling. First of all, the new moon is making a conjunction to both Pluto and Mercury. Pluto and Mercury are together at 1 degree. The new moon is at 9 degrees 50 minutes. So they are about 8 degrees apart, which is a fairly wide conjunction, but it's definitely within orb. And when you have Pluto conjunct other planets, this can either play out as feeling pushed by pain or feeling pulled forward by a vision, being catapulted forward by your own passion. Conjunctions in astrology are the planets are on the same page. They are working together. However, with Pluto energy, because it's transformational, it's the planet of death and rebirth, it is the great detoxifier, as I like to call it. It can feel like a wrecking ball, but only if we have to see something that we haven't seen before that is toxic to us, that is not in alignment with our energy, that is out of integrity with our soul's path. If we are open to change, if we have seen what needs changing in our lives, this new moon for you, my friend, could feel more like being pulled forward by your enthusiasm, your passion, your readiness to really say yes to the next level of your empowerment, because Pluto is empowerment. Mercury is the planet of communication. So with Pluto and Mercury together, both at 1 degree, the degree of new beginnings, I see more truths coming out, more new information, possibly more is being exposed in the media. Individually, it's likely that we're going to experience more communication, more phone calls, emails. This is a good time to gather with like-minded others, whether they're friends or advisors, astrologers, therapists. This is a good time to work with somebody else, to brainstorm or heartstorm about your vision. If I were to choose one word for this Pluto plus Moon plus Mercury conjunction, I would say compelling. Pluto conjunct the Moon alone gets us into action. It makes us feel like I have to deal with this, whatever it is, but maybe it's not dealing with this. Maybe this is saying yes to this, going for this. Whatever it is, it will likely feel compelling to you if you are being personally activated in your natal astrology chart by this new moon. Plutonic moments, as I call them, can also feel like the situation, the relationship, the offer, whatever the opportunity. It can feel complicated. It can feel messy. That's Pluto. Because even in a harmonious Pluto transit, there is something that we are meant to learn and get empowered by, because Pluto is the planet of our soul's evolution. Pluto can transform us through love and deep passion, or it can transform us through dark fears coming up and us needing to acknowledge and process those fears, let them go, shed a skin, become the phoenix rising from the ashes. Now, what I love about this new moon is that it is making a beautiful trine, the wind at your back, with Jupiter, the planet of expansion. Now, Jupiter is retrograde in Gemini, and Jupiter retrograde often brings us into reflection as well. Often the blessings, the bounty, the good stuff that comes from Jupiter transits, when Jupiter's retrograde, it's more of an insight. It's more of a realization, but it could be something tangible for some of us. Whatever it is, this is going to add an expansiveness to this new moon. It may bring us more optimism. We may feel more hopeful. And Gemini energy, where Jupiter is retrograde, loves to be spontaneous, loves to be playful. So again, this is a great time to get together with other people, like-minded friends, soul sisters, soul brothers, someone that you feel you have a simpatico with. Talk about what you want for this new moon, for this year of 2025. Or talk to an advisor, a trusted advisor, someone that will see you through the eyes of your soul. A creative champion, as Julia Cameron, author of The Artist's Way, calls it. We all need creative champions, especially in this big year of 2025 with so much change happening. There's so much potential for each of us to have some sort of quantum leap, to stretch and reach and go into new territory. And part of that is that the North Node is now in a new sign. The North and South nodes have moved into Pisces and Virgo. So we are in brand new territory. Now, during this new moon, we don't just have the North Node of Destiny in Pisces, we have a whole party of planets in Pisces. The North Node of Destiny is conjunct Neptune. Neptune is conjunct Venus. Venus is conjunct Saturn, and all of these energies are in Pisces. What does Pisces represent? It represents the oceans. It represents unconditional love. It's compassion. It's oneness. It's our divine source. It is our intuitive guidance, spiritual healing. I have a separate video for you on the North Node in Pisces, South Node in Virgo. So I will link to that in the description box below, and I'll put a little banner up there for you to watch that as well. But when we have so many energies in Pisces during this new moon and a number of energies in Aquarius, both of these energies are visionary in their own right. All this Pisces energy reminds us to consult our divine source, to remember that we are having this human adventure, but we are spiritual beings. We are not alone. And this is super important for those of us, and I think it's probably pretty much everyone watching this video, those of us who are deeply empathic, highly sensitive people. We feel even more sensitive with so much energy in Pisces. And if you felt extra tired, my friend, that's what often happens with Pisces energy. But we can also have really intense dreams that give us messages. We're extra psychic during a time like this with so much energy in Pisces. And because Saturn is the co-ruler of this new moon, it's important to look at what Saturn's doing. And Saturn is making a conjunction to Venus. Venus is what we desire, especially connected to love, money, beauty, pleasure, comforts, all the delicious things of life. And so what this tells us is with Venus and Saturn together, whatever vision we are seeding during this new moon, it's not a quick fly-by-night kind of a thing. It's something that we want to sustain us long-term, something solid and stable. But also Venus and Saturn in Pisces, being the 12th sign of the zodiac, are saying we have to let go of the past. We have to let go of anything we're still hanging on to that isn't good for us. And I think that Pluto making that conjunction to Mercury and to the new moon is going to help us do that as well, if we've been holding on to anything that has expired for us on a soul level. Now, the other ruler of Aquarius, Uranus, the co-ruler of this new moon, is also in conversation with other planets. And Uranus is where we get that electrical energy. It's where we find resources that we didn't know were there. Something breaks, but we figure out how to fix it in a way we didn't realize was possible. Or we just get a wonderful, I see the light Uranian moment, and that shifts our perception, actually can feel like it changes everything for us. So just 2 to 3 days before this new moon, we're going to have 2 planetary conversations with Uranus. And new moons, by the way, like all lunations, we can often feel 2 to 3 days before the new moon, 2 to 3 days after. So 2 to 3 days before this new moon, Venus in Pisces is going to make an exact sextile to Uranus. Sextiles are opportunities, solutions. Have I said the word solution enough in this video? Venus hanging out and talking with Uranus right before this new moon may give you an idea that enhances your love life, that brings more beauty into your life, that helps you with your finances, or you may meet up with somebody that was unexpected. Because remember, Uranus is unexpected energy. It's surprises. It's something that you weren't planning on, but a sextile is a happy, unexpected moment or miracle. And not only this, we also have Mars retrograde in Cancer, which is focused on emotional security, home and family matters. Mars retrograde in Cancer is also going to make a sextile to Uranus in Taurus. But wait, there's more. There's more. And that is that, interestingly and synchronistically, just 24 hours after the new moon, Uranus, which has been retrograde, will station direct. Now, we usually feel planets when they station direct most intensely right around the day before, day after, or the day of that they station. So this also is likely to be a signature of this new moon energy. How you feel Uranus stationing direct will depend on whether you have any planets or points around 22 to 24 degrees. If you have a planet or point between 22 and 24 degrees in a fixed sign, you may feel Uranus stationing direct more intensely. It could feel like something disruptive. However, if you have a planet or point around 22 to 24 degrees in Cancer or Pisces, Virgo or Capricorn, you could have a lovely surprise that is more like a happy, unexpected miracle, or just an opportunity that comes in and it makes your day really wonderful. All of us, because Uranus is stationing direct the day after this new moon, all of us are going to feel the energy beginning to move, more momentum. I happen to love Uranus energy. Yes, sometimes it's very difficult. Yes, it's true that our human selves often don't like change. We don't want to have anything happen that we weren't expecting, but the goal of Uranus is always to liberate and free us, to open up our minds to other possibilities and show us the true course of our soul going forward in 2025. Okay, my beautiful friend, let us do the 12 sign readings now. Listen to your rising sign. This is the area of your chart, your natal chart, corresponding to the area of your life in which you will be feeling this new moon based on the whole sign house system. You can also listen to your sun sign for further themes and your moon sign for how you may feel this new moon emotionally and in your relationships, and for more intuitive messages from the oracle cards as well. So let's start with Aquarius, because beautiful Aquarius, this is your new moon, and happy birthday, beautiful Aquarius, Aquarius. Aquarius, this is your new moon. What a beautiful new moon for you, trining Jupiter. I go into all of the aspects that are happening during this new moon, so check out part 1 of this video for that. This is a new moon because of all of the energy in both your sign, conjuncting Pluto, but also all of the energy in Pisces that I think it's a great time to call on divine assistance. This new moon for you is about you coming out into the world that much more. How do you want to use your energy? How do you want to express yourself? The first house is your vitality. Often we feel our body, an awareness of our body and our health around this time. How is your exercise going? All of those things. Are there any changes that you want to make to feel more vital, in other words? Is there a role or a title that you have that you want to change in your job, in your personal life? Do you want to be a parent? Do you want to, it can be anything, but it affects our status, our identity, how we see ourselves. And identity, of course, is not just our roles. It can be a spiritual identity. It can be what we see ourselves as capable of. What just came in intuitively when I said that is that many of you have the potential to do something that you truly, truly want to do that's more aligned with your heart. And this is a new moon that could expand your own sense of what you are capable of. There's a beautiful quote from Thomas Edison, who is a famous Aquarius inventor, right? And I want to read this to you guys because I was going to read it in part 1 and I forgot. And he said, of course, he invented the incandescent light bulb. He said, if we all did the things we are really capable of doing, we would literally astound ourselves. And of course, he's also famous for saying, I didn't fail 1,000 times. The light bulb was an invention with 1,000 steps. So one step in the direction of what your heart truly wants. There is so much more that some of you are capable of that you are not giving yourself credit for, or maybe you didn't claim it yet. So this is a new moon to claim your heart's desire and to claim that you are, we get more and more confident as we go forward in what we do, right? If you watch my very first YouTube video, you will see what I'm talking about. I do believe I have progressed quite a bit since then, but we all have to start somewhere. And not only this, Aquarius, but Uranus, which is one of your rulers, your co-rulers, is shifting into direct motion 24 hours after this new moon. So you may feel the intensity of this new moon. So I'm going to shuffle the cards for you now and let us see what the cards have to say for you. What is your vision for your I am identity, a role, a status, how you want to see yourself, how you want others to see you. That's what you're planning intentions for seeding intentions for during this new moon. Okay, Aquarius. Your card is, Aquarius, spiritual understanding, Archangel Raziel. I am bringing you new esoteric information and symbols and helping you to understand spiritual truths. This does not surprise me because this is one of those new moons. This is a quantum leap new moon for some of you, those of you who want that, those of you who are ready for the next level of your awakening. This is a card of spiritual awakening, the sacred geometry. This is, I'm feeling this in my heart even. Wow. I love all the purple, the crown chakra, all the white. Some of you are ready to go into a deeper level of esoteric understanding in terms of spirituality. So if this message or anything that I shared in this video resonates with you, leave me a comment. I love hearing from you. And happy birthday. Okay, Capricorn. Hello, beautiful Capricorn. Capricorn, you are seeding intentions during this new moon for a new beginning, a new vision in your house of earned income, material security, self-worth, and deserving. So material security is most likely very much on your mind as a Capricorn rising. You are ready to feel more self-reliant, or you are ready to claim your worth, or you are ready to step into maybe something that pays you more. Some of you may want a side gig. Some of you may want to leave your job. Some of you may want to retire even. But, you know, it's your assets. It's your salary. It is what you need to feel most materially stable that is likely on your mind during this new moon. And this is where we can get those epiphanies, those sudden aha moments that show us the way. Capricorn, if you have planets or points, because Uranus is turning direct the day after this new moon, if you have planets or points around 22 to 23 degrees of your sign, you're going to get a trine from that Uranus direct. And of course, this new moon is happening, just to clear any confusion. I don't want to confuse you guys. The new moon is happening 9 degrees, 50 minutes. So 9-10 degrees. So planets are points between 5 and 15 degrees for the new moon itself in terms of feeling it more intensely. So Capricorn, and Aquarius is a side-by-side sign for you. It's your neighbor. So we learn from the sign next to us. Doesn't make a direct aspect. It does make a semi-sextile, but those can go either way. So I don't talk about those so much, but it's a learning. An Aquarius new moon is a learning opportunity often. Okay, let's see what the cards have to say for you, Capricorn. For your second house new moon. Oh, Capricorn, I love this so much. You know what to do. You already know. What is your intention? What is your intuition telling you? Interesting that my throat chakra is clogging up, right? Take a sip of water. This card says, trust your inner knowledge. Act upon it without delay. So what I love about this card is it's basically validating anything that you've been feeling intuitively. Don't question it. You already know. This halo around this wise spiritual person shows that you are already in the light. Don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt your intuitive knowing you know what to do. Beautiful Capricorn, if this resonates for you, let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear. Sagittarius, Sagittarius, beautiful Sagittarius, beautiful Sag. Beautiful Sag. I'm laughing less and less than I usually do when I sing that to you. I guess that my soul has already fully come out in its own way. And so you don't hear that little laugh that before came from the part of me that didn't feel maybe fully ready to embody that expression. We'll see what comes next. Who knows? We're in the flow of all of this new energy, right? So, Sag, first of all, this new moon is happening in your third house, and the third house is the house of communication. I call the third house the house of moving and shaking. Why? Because it's ruled by Mercury, and Mercury is our thinking. It's where we are making plans and we're making moves and we're taking action and we're doing errands and we're signing leases or, getting a mortgage or, talking to neighbors, dealing with our landlord, siblings, aunts, uncles, and cousins fall here too. But it's the house of communication and mindset, big picture, and learning and growth. So you may find during this new moon, which by the way makes a sextile to your energy, and sextiles are really beautiful, harmonious energy flow that can bring us opportunities, they can bring us workarounds, they can bring us ideas and ways of solving something that we didn't see before. You may find that you want to take some sort of action that moves you forward in freelance work. It could be website work that you're doing. It could be writing a blog. It could have to do with getting a new device or a new car. Or you could be wanting to heal a relationship with someone close to you, especially a soul sister, soul brother, or sibling, or an extended family member. This is a new moon because it's conjunct Pluto and it's conjunct Mercury, and this is a mercurial house where you're going to be having a lot of conversations, and one of those conversations could feel plutonic. It could feel compelling. It could feel you could meet somebody in your local area, because this is the house of your local area and the house of your immediate environment, which I guess is kind of the same thing. But you could find that you have a moment with somebody that either feels quite passionate or it feels like the truth, the light bulb comes on, the truth is shown to you. Pluto can feel difficult, I have to say that. But I also love that this new moon is trining Jupiter, and that is very positive for our communications. And it's Jupiter in Gemini, which is already in the zodiac big picture connected to the third house. And Sag, again, you're getting a sextile, so sextiles are quite lovely. And so all of that taken together, I think most of you are going to have quite a lovely new moon. I think some of you are ready to come out with a message. That's the third house too. Some of you are ready to change your inner narrative. Some of you are excited maybe to sign a new lease, maybe to rent a new place. Maybe you're renting an office. Maybe you are thinking about changing your location, whatever location that might be for you in terms of office, professionally or personally. So beautiful Sag, let me pull a card for you and see what the cards have to say. Sagittarius. Your card is, Sag, relationship harmony, Archangel Raguel. We angels are opening the hearts of everyone involved. Arguments and conflicts are being resolved now. Check it out. This is so cool. What I love about this is that the third house where this new moon is happening for you is the house of siblings. So it may not be a sibling for you that you're having a relationship resolution, but it could be anyone that you feel that soul bond with on kind of a sibling-like level. That could be happening, or any of the other people that I mentioned, a neighbor, a landlord, and so forth. But this is really beautiful, Sag. Something is being resolved on the relationship level. If you resonate with the message of this card or with the reading, let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear. Scorpio, hello, beautiful Scorpio. Scorpio, you are going to experience this new moon in Aquarius in your fourth house of home, family, your roots, your sense of belonging. This is also the house of childhood conditioning and inner child healing. And this new moon is going to make a square to your energy, which is tension or pressure, but it's also motivation to take action. And we as humans, as we are all well aware, we need that thing that can feel like tension to move forward and push us ahead, right, Scorpio? So being the house of home and family for you, Some of you may be setting intentions because this is a new vision for you. After all, with this moon, it's a visionary energy, Aquarius, um, and all the planets in Pisces right now, also quite visionary. You may have a longing or a yearning, Pisces energy, to move into a new place, move into a new home, redecorate your home, make your home feel more like a sanctuary. Or you want to shift a relationship with a family member, or you realize it's time to do some shadow work on your own inner child, to go into your imagination and see your inner child. I have a meditation for you on finding your soul family on my YouTube channel. And I also have an inner child meditation for you in my book, The Magic of Saying Yes, which is linked in the description box below. Scorpio, let us see what the cards have to say about this new moon for you. It's a foundational new moon for you because the fourth house is the most foundational part of our chart. And let me know in the comments, do you want to move? Some of you could live with somebody and you're wanting to change your relationship with that person in some way. Some of you may be ready for someone to move out of your home, or you're ready to move out of your home. Also, sometimes we feel these energies in the 10th house of career because the 4th and 10th house are opposite each other and they beam energy to, one another. So that could be the case for you as well. Let us see, Scorpio, what the cards have to say for you. Scorpio. Your card is, Scorpio, creative writing. Archangel Gabriel, make time to write down your thoughts in a journal or pen an article or pen a book. Scorpio, check out this card. Do you journal? Do you do any sort of automatic writing? That is quite healing as well. I really see the fourth house as a healing house because it's the first point in our life where our emotional needs were met or they weren't met. That's fourth house energy. And I'm getting so for some of you, this may be, I want to write. And it may be about your professional writing, but it may also be about you getting your feelings out onto the page. I think this may be a new moon where feelings do come up for you and where writing can be such a great way to release get what we're thinking out of our head and onto the page. But also, some of you may want to do some automatic writing, which is writing to spirit, writing to your divine source. And I share my technique for doing that with you in my book, The Magic of Saying Yes, as well. Either way, Scorpio, your writing talent or the fact that writing will help you to move some energy through you, move some feelings through you, process some of what's going on. I call journal writing taking out the garbage. That's what I call it, because that's really what it is. The more that we can get those thoughts that are in our head out onto the page, the more that we can then receive the divine downloads that are our next steps. And that's one of the most beautiful, helpful, practical things about writing in a journal, having a daily journal practice. So if any of what I just shared for you resonates, let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear. Libra, hello, beautiful Libra. Libra, you are going to experience this new moon in Aquarius, which makes a trine to your energy. So it is literally sailing you forward. It is the wind at your back, but it's also filling your sails and giving you new oomph and energy. Assuming that this new moon at 9-10 degrees is making an aspect to any planets or points in your Libra energy around those degrees, Libra, you are going to experience, think, a breath of fresh air with this new moon. It is in your house of fun, pleasure, creativity, children, true love and romance, and the house of joy. This is the house of joy. It's also the house of inner child delight. Inner child delight. So let your inner child be your muse during this new moon. Say yes to what your heart wants. I'm getting an image right now of colors, like coloring or painting, and I call this process art. I have a background in expressive arts therapy, which is just using art to process your emotions, to get a message from your soul. There are a lot of different ways that we can use expressive arts. But when I'm getting that image of colors, it's like just letting yourself be in the flow and use color to um, light up your inner child, right? When we were in kindergarten, we got to stand at an easel. I see these little kindergartners, like they're standing at easels and they just get to pick what color do I want? What color do I? It's just a way of awakening you to your creativity again. Have you put your creativity on the shelf, Libra? I know that you're an artist. Like all Libras are an artist in some form. So maybe not. Maybe you do your art and maybe you don't relate to that. But then for you, maybe it's more about love, joy, romance, or playing with children, or just having more fun. Libra, let us see what the cards have to say for you. But this is the time with this trine to be planning intentions for what your heart really wants, because this feels like a very sweet, sweet new moon for you, Libra. Libra, your card is Clairsentience, Archangel Raguel. Notice your recurring physical and emotional feelings as they signify divine guidance. I decided to use these cards, this particular deck of cards, because first of all, in my experience, they're quite powerful. I definitely vibe with them. And also, we have so many planets in Pisces during this new moon that, taking and also Aquarius is that collective cosmic intelligence, I meant to say. This to me, all of these cards in this deck are very Piscean. Clairsentience, feeling in your body, like when you get that little feeling in your stomach, in your solar plexus, or when you get that feeling in your maybe, there are a lot of ways it can come in, but it comes through our emotions, it comes through our physical body sensations. They are your intuitive guidance, Libra. Spirit is saying, pay attention to them. They may have a message for you during this new moon. If you resonate with this card or with any message in this video, let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear. Virgo, hello, beautiful Virgo. You are going to experience this new moon in Aquarius in your 6th house. This is where you are planting seeds for a new vision for the next manifestational cycle. For you, this has to do with your daily habits. Virgo, the 6th house is your house, traditionally in the zodiac. It's the house of optimal health, mental, physical, emotional, spiritual health, and well-being. Also the house of your daily work. Do you like your daily work? Are you happy with your job if you have a job? Are you happy with how you do your lifestyle? Are you happy with how much flexibility you have, how much freedom you have? Do you want to change a schedule or routine? Do you want to let go of a habit? Do you want to start a new habit? Do you want to exercise more or eat more? I know my daughter, who's a Virgo sun, she's really into manifestational stuff right now, really into like changing her thoughts and all of that. So some of you may relate to that as well. But Virgo, this is the time to really be, and it's also the house of pets. So some of you are going to want to get a new pet. Some of you are going to, maybe want to improve the health of your pet, give your pet Reiki, something like that. And others of you are really thinking about your physical well-being, or maybe shifting your thoughts as well, because Virgos can be prone to anxiety. Not that we all can't be prone to anxiety, we can, but in Virgo energy, we often are more, we can be hard on ourselves. We can take things to heart so much, or we can turn stuff in on us. And Virgo, as an aside, but not really an aside, because there really are no asides, and that is that the North Node is in Pisces now, and the South Node is in your sign, and the South Node is helping you to release what we call the lower octave of Virgo energy, which is perfectionism, unattainable standards, and basically just being too hard on yourself. So watch my video on the lunar nodes in Pisces and Virgo if you haven't yet. I think you will find it, I hope you will find it very supportive. Okay, Virgo, let me pull a card for you now. Beautiful Virgo. And I have my North Node in Virgo, so I'm right there with you. And your card is Comfort. Yes, I love this card. Archangel Azrael, I am with you in your time of need. I am helping your heart to heal. Some of you may experience a heart healing. There's so much blue in this card. It reminds me of the throat chakra, but I'm also seeing root chakra stuff here. So some of you could be healing your heart around a family member. You could be doing some inner child healing. I feel a sense of victory here. The angel holding this like victory wreath. I feel that some of you may feel like you are really coming into a new sense of self, or you've done some really intense work that's been challenging for you, but it's raised your vibration, or it's released anxiety or release worry or release anything that's tense in your life, and or you are really building your connection to the divine or to your own higher self or soul to the level that is quite internally liberating and freeing, which would be really beautiful. And Virgo, when Uranus goes direct, because Uranus is in Taurus, that will make a trine to your energy, which is quite lovely, especially if you have planets or points around 22 to 24 degrees. And yeah, I think that's what I want to say to you. So if this resonates with you, let me know, or, the message, the card, let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear. Leo, hello, beautiful Leo. Leo, you are going to experience this new moon in Aquarius in your 7th house of committed partnerships, relationships, friendships, where you have their back, they have your back. The 7th house is also clients. The 7th house is any relationship in which you count on the person, or they count on you, or they just have a real important role in your life, whether it's permanent or for now. You will feel this new moon more intensely because it makes an opposition to your energy, and oppositions mean there's you and there's the other. They doesn't mean necessarily that you are opposing, you're against, you're having arguments and conflicts. It doesn't necessarily mean that. It can mean that, but it can also simply be that you feel it in your relationship dynamic. Something to keep in mind as I speak about in the first half of this video that I highly recommend that you watch, because this new moon is making a conjunction to both Pluto and Mercury. And Leo, I know you guys have been through it with Mars, when Mars was in your sign and it was opposing Pluto, and of course that's going to come back again. But I'm guessing that a lot of you have already moved through something, maybe something quite difficult, the end of December, beginning of January especially. And when it comes back again, that will be you rising from the ashes as the phoenix, if you haven't already. So let's see what the cards have to say. So let me expand on this a little bit more. So Leo, a new moon in your 7th house is your desire for a relationship to be a certain way, or a desire for a new relationship, one that brings prosperity to your life, either personally or in your work. And I don't mean just wealth when I say prosperity. I mean all the good things that relationships can bring: joy, love, passion, aliveness, any of those things. So, or if you don't want to be in a relationship with with professionally or personally, I mean, we are all in relationship with life, right? We're all in relationship with people, whether they're super important to us or not. For some of you, this could be a relationship with your own soul, your own higher self, your own soul partner, as I call it in my book. Okay, so let's see what the cards have to say. This is where you're seeding intentions. You're creating a new vision. Many of you probably have let go of a relationship and you're ready for a new one, and you're creating that vision, that top 10 list of qualities that you want to have in a partner. Stay open, Leo, stay open, because Uranus energy is involved here, turning direct, and you could have someone show up in your life that you weren't expecting. So let's see what happens. Let's see what the cards have to say, Leo. Leo, your card is teaching and learning. Archangel Zadkiel. Keep an open mind. Yes, keep an open mind. Thank you, universe, for validating things for me. And learn new ideas. Then teach these ideas to others. Leo, this is so cool. This card is saying, look at all the soft pink energy. To me, purple and pink, to me, that's very Piscean. We do have a party in Pisces going on during this new moon. This is saying you have stuff to teach people. You have information to share. It's your vibration. This is what's coming in. Your vibration is at a place where you are ready to transmit spiritual information to others that is going to help them grow, learn, and transform. So if you are ready for this, or even if you're not ready, but it intrigues you, if it lights up your heart, it's okay if part of you is saying, that's not me, I could never do that. That's okay. That's just what the human self does. If any part of you gets chills or like excitement, or any part of you, I call that in my book exhilarated fear. If you feel terrified but also exhilarated, this is a yes, Leo. This is a less. This is a yes to go forward and say yes. Beautiful Leo. Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear. Cancer. Hello, beautiful Cancer. Cancer, I have my moon and rising in Cancer. And those of us who are Cancer risings will feel this new moon in Aquarius in our 8th house. So this is where we are really wanting to energize a new vision, a new beginning. And I know for me personally, my vision here is not new. I've been working on it for some time, so you may feel the same way. But this house includes our financial assets, it includes retirement funds, it includes investments, it includes real estate, but also it can be loans and taxes. A lot of people will be doing taxes around this time. It also includes where we share time, money, and resources with others, whether they are a partner, a romantic partner or a business partner. And it can also be emotional and sexual intimacy. Big picture, the 8th house is the house of transformation, death and rebirth, power and control. It is the things that we often feel very dependent on, and very like we have quite an emotional attachment to. Maybe I should call this the house of emotional attachments, because really, Cancer, that's what it is. Like, whatever you really want, leave me a comment. Let me know if this is true for you. Whatever you want, you may feel quite like, yes, I really, really want this. I feel it feels compelling. And not only this, but on top of it, we're going to have Mercury and Pluto conjunct during this new moon. And then those are both conjunct the new moon. So that adds an extra added sense of feeling of compelling to this new moon. Okay, so Cancer, leave me a comment. Let me know what your new vision is if you want to share in this 8th house area. And I've been shuffling, so let's see what the cards have to say for you. Cancer. Your card is, yes, crystal clear intentions. Crystal clear intentions. I know I sang that badly. No one needs to tell me. That's okay. But you know that song, what is it? Crystal clear something. I was trying to do that tune. Okay, Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael helps us to move through fear. Archangel Michael says, be clear about what you desire. Focus upon it with unwavering faith. Okay, so if you have fears about not getting what you want, that would be very natural, especially with an 8th house desire. Again, the 8th house is connected to power and control, dependencies, things that we feel that we cannot live without. It is a Plutonic house, and Pluto is involved in this new moon. So that feeling of I must have this may feel even stronger during this new moon. And so we want to meet that with our ability to envision, imagine, and sense and feel having this desire solidify in our lives, feeling it in our lives, feeling it as real, feeling it as though it's already here. This is what we want to do, beautiful Cancer. If you resonate with this, let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear. Gemini, hello, beautiful Gemini. Gemini, I have my natal sun in Gemini, and Gemini risings will experience this new moon in their 9th house. Now, all Geminis will probably vibe with the theme of this new moon, and for you, it is expansion. You want to feel more expanded. Either this, and we're talking new vision here, we're talking planting seeds, setting intentions for what you desire. So it's either spiritual expansion for you, or it's you want to do some learning program. You could be learning astrology, you could be learning Reiki, you could be learning esoteric, sacred geometry, lots of things, right, that fall into this idea of spiritual expansion. Some of you want to do long distance travel. Some of you want to take a trip that's far away. Others of you want to move to another country, perhaps. This is the house of adventure, new horizons. It's where we by seeing new scenery, by getting the new scenery of learning things that we haven't known before, we expand. And it's also the house of philosophies. And, you know, for those of you who have a particular spiritual practice or philosophy or religion, you could be either planting the seed to release a religion or to say yes to it even more. But of course, religion can be a very broad term, right? It doesn't have to be organized religion. It can just simply be a way of co-creating with the universe. Maybe it's manifesting. Maybe it's you want to shift your thoughts. One of the things that those of us who are Geminis, who are a strong Gemini in our chart, often deal with is changing our thoughts in some way, because we're Mercury ruled, and Mercury can the mind can be a bad neighborhood. So you may be experiencing during this new moon a desire to really have your thoughts be of the highest manifestational order, to really be supportive of your thinking. Of your manifestations of what you desire. Some of you may be wanting to publish something, do some sort of speaking, some sort of teaching, presenting. You get a trine from this new moon, Gemini. Your Gemini energy will get a trine. So this is a gorgeous aspect. It's the wind at your back. It's you sailing in the ocean, and you don't have to turn the motor on because the wind is pulling you forward. Beautiful Gemini. This, I have to say, I love it because I have my Gemini sun here. And I have other planets that don't vibe with this moon, which often happens to a lot of us. A lot of times we have like really positive aspects from a lunation, and then we have some more challenging ones. So we'll see what happens. But for gems, your Gemini energy, quite beautiful. Let's see what the cards have to say. And also it's trining Jupiter in Gemini. And Jupiter in Gemini brings a lot of protection to you, Gemini, if you weren't aware of that. Okay, so this is the card of moon cycles, Archangel Haniel. Notice how the moon affects your energy and your manifestations. There's that manifestation word. Capitalize upon these cycles. So this guidance is wanting you, Gemini, to begin to be very aware of not only this moon cycle, but all the moon cycles. Notice what happens. Notice what you intend during the cycle. Notice what happens during the full moon. Maybe keep a journal if you don't already keep it about, where the moon, which house was the moon in, what happened for you on the full moon. And remember, this full moon won't fully play out until 6 months from now. But 2 weeks from now, you may get the beginning of a manifestation, something, an idea, you take a step and so forth. So this card wants to help you to become a better manifester, or let's say a more fulfilled manifester. I like that way of saying it better. There's the word better again. Oh, gems. It's a good thing we can laugh at ourselves, right? Wants you to be a fulfilled manifester by tracking the cycles of the moon, because the moon helps us to manifest. Beautiful gem. If you resonate with anything I've shared here, let me know in the comments below. Happy new horizons, new adventures, new moon. Take some sort of adventure, whether it's small or make a plan or something that's going to expand you during this new moon. Beautiful Gemini. Okay, Taurus. Hello, beautiful Taurus. Taurus, you're going to experience this new moon in Aquarius in your 10th house of career, life purpose expressed. Some of you are thinking about legacy during this new moon. Some of you are thinking about semi-retirement or having your own business or changing your career. You want more career fulfillment in some way, shape, or form. Most likely, that's what the astrology says anyway. This could be a quantum leap new moon for you. This new moon is making a lovely trine to Jupiter. I talk all about the different aspects going on during this new moon. It also makes a conjunction to transformational Pluto. So we will see what happens with that. But what this means is that this is going to be a new moon in which we are feeling compelled in where it's happening. And for you, that's the area of career, or like I said, how you want to spend your time. I know not all of you have a, career, so to speak, but how you want to spend your time and energy. This new moon makes a square to your energy, Taurus. What does this mean? It means that you may feel some tension or pressure to take some sort of action. It may be extra motivating for you, and you may feel like there's a lot of new momentum for you, partly too because Uranus in your sign is going to shift into direct motion. And if you have planets or points around 22 to 24 degrees, then you will most likely feel that direct motion of Uranus. It's getting things going again. Anything that's been sort of swept under the rug or on hold or whatever is now gets the go from Uranus, or the epiphany or the aha moment you could experience. You could also experience this in your 4th house of home because the 10th and 4th house work together, but both the sun and the moon will be in your 10th house. So most likely you'll feel it in 10th house matters. Okay, so Taurus, I've been shuffling and now I'm going to pull a card for you, beautiful Taurus. Your card is Taurus. I love this card so much. Spread your wings. I'm going to show it to you in a moment. Archangel Ariel, do not hold back right now. The timing is perfect and you are ready to soar, Taurus. You are ready to soar. Don't you love this card? I love how retro this is. She's ready to fly. She's about to take off. And I'm getting because of this flight, I'm getting the memory right now of the first time that the airplane, the very first airplane that was ever built. And it's that Aquarius energy of trial and error and inventing new things and saying yes to something, even though you don't know if you can be good at it. And letting that, as I mentioned in the Aquarius reading, Thomas Edison, quote unquote, tried 1,000 times that didn't work. And then the incandescent light bulb was born. That, I feel like we can all learn so much, especially in this era of immediate gratification. We can all, no, that's not you really though, Taurus, though. You do have stick-to-itiveness. You will stay the course. You will keep working on something. You will keep moving forward on something. You will put in the work. But for whatever reason, I'm getting the message to remind you that whatever it is you want can be a process. And the very first time, for those of you who want to do something in the healing arts or something you haven't done before that feels scary, the very first time that I thought about leading a workshop, because I led workshops in finding your passion, connecting to your spirit. I led those workshops before I even started doing one-on-one work. I did group work. And I remember someone telling me, just go into the room where you would have the people come and just look at the room and just get a sense of how would you place the chairs in the room? How would you do, what would you have there? And of course I wanted a beautiful altar in the center, all of that stuff. So that was the start. And that was a good first baby step. Baby step start. Beautiful Taurus. If anything I'm sharing with you resonates, let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear. Aries. Hello, beautiful Aries. Aries, you are going to experience this new moon in your 11th house. This is a new beginnings, new moon, as all new moons are. It's a new vision, and you are planting a new vision for something along the lines of a hope, wish, or dream. This is the house of fulfillment. It could be about long-term financial gains for you. It could be about tribe, community, cause that's important to you, friendships, social media. If you put your work out into the world and you have a quote unquote audience, it could be along those lines. But big picture, this is where you want to feel supported, where you want to tap into your allies, and where you want to know that you're not in it alone, that you're working with others, or that you're receiving some sort of, support from other people. In the tarot deck, the 11th house is the world card. So I always think of this as the world is your oyster. Beautiful Aries. The world is your oyster. You're getting a beautiful sextile from this new moon, meaning that an opportunity is likely to come from this between now and between now and the next 6 months, when it will fully come to fruition next August. An opportunity, you don't have to wait 6 months to get that. It can happen anytime during this time. Or a solution, a workaround, a creative recipe, prescription for what it is that you need help on, or that, your path forward. A next step, perhaps, Aries. So, I love an 11th house new moon because it's the house of hopes, wishes, and dreams. So let me see now what the cards have to say for you. What is your vision, beautiful Aries? If you know what it is and you want to share, or you don't know and you want to share how you're feeling, leave me a comment. Let me know. Let's see what the cards have to say for you. For your Aquarius new moon, Aquarius air, your fire, beautiful sextile. It's lovely. Ooh, oh my gosh, I'm getting the chills. Okay, Aries, your card is leadership. You know what's so cool is the 11th house is where we are. Like what I'm doing right now is the 11th house because it's online, right? I'm doing a video that goes out online, and that's 11th house. And in my own way, I'm sharing what I have to share with you that is coming from my highest source. So that's leadership to me. Now, this says, Archangel Gabriel, Aries, it is time for you, Aries. It is time for you to assume your leadership power and position and to lovingly guide others. It's guidance. It's being a guide in some way, shape, or form, very creatively, because of all the orange. That is the creative second chakra. And it reminds me of your energy too, Aries. It's very fiery in its own way. So are you ready to step into your power? That's really what leadership is. It's us stepping into our power and then expressing that to others. And it doesn't have to be, it's not the kind of power of I'm in power and you're not. It's the kind of power of I have passion and joy to share with you. I have inspiration to share with you. And Aries, you are quite inspirational. You are an inspirational light that is meant to share what your heart wants to share. So if this resonates, or if you want to share with me what you're thinking about saying yes to, leave me a comment in the comments below. I'd love to hear it. And I do have a book called The Magic of Saying Yes, which is all about saying yes to your heart, freeing yourself to say yes to your heart. That's linked in the description box as well. Happy new moon in Aquarius, beautiful Aries. Pisces, hello, beautiful Pisces. Pisces, you are going to experience this new moon in your 12th house of rest, retreat, and this is the house of the mystic. Pisces, I think you're going to feel this new moon on a deeply reflective level. Gorgeous new moon for you to do a guided meditation. I have several on my YouTube channel. I also have one you can download from my website when you sign up for free to my weekly inspirational newsletter, which is basically an article on the astrology between videos. This new moon for you, first of all, I love this new moon for you because there are so many planets, energies, they're not all planets, in your sign. The North Node's in your sign now, Pisces. Yay! I'm excited for you because the North Node in your sign, and I have a whole video for you on that. So please, if you're curious, go watch that. The North Node in your sign is the new territory you're meant to go. And because the North Node is in your sign, it's in your first house. And that's you coming out, Pisces, in more of who you are, it's a new role. It's a new spiritual identity for some of you. Now, this new moon is in the 12th house. And the 12th house is where we commune with the divine. It's where we get those amazing, sometimes metaphorical moments of connection, or, I'm just sensing and feeling. So Pisces, I see you as the mermaid or the merman, and diving deep into the waters of the ocean, which is your, what Pisces represents, and getting a message, an image, something that turns your perspective in a new direction and awakens and opens you up to something that is very alivening. Is that a word? Alivening. Livening. I don't know. You get the idea. Brings you more alive. You know that quote from Howard Thurman: don't ask what the world needs, ask what brings you alive, because what the world needs is more people who have come alive. I love that quote. So Pisces, that's what this new moon is saying. How do you want to come more alive? Everything you need is within you during this new moon. Everything you need is within you. The answers are inside of you. Your divine source is ready to communicate with you. This could also be a really beautiful new moon, Pisces, for doing a vision board, automatic writing, scripting, anything deep. And as I was shuffling, a card flipped. And when the card flips, I think it's for you. And so I'm going to show you what it is. And the card is compassion. Archangel Zadkiel. Soften your heart with respect to a situation and all of the people involved, including yourself, Pisces. Of course, compassion is connected to your sign, right? Unconditional love, compassion. If you need to forgive yourself for anything, or forgive another, or forgive the world, or forgive the governments, there's a lot going on right now, right? That we're being awakened to that is quite hard to accept. If you are learning to, or maybe learning is not the right word, but if you are in any sort of discomfort or any sort of stress, compassion could be your prescription. And sometimes we have to get that from the divine. Sometimes we have to sit in quiet and open our hearts to receive, open our crown. I like to imagine that there's a zipper on my crown and that it's being unzipped, and that I'm just letting in that beautiful unconditional light of the divine. And if you need support, Pisces, I do offer clarity sessions, and I do take people through those kinds of, deeper processes so that you can receive the unconditional loving acceptance that can shift you on a visceral, physical level and open your heart and open you up to the healing that some of you may want during this new moon. But I'm not saying that this is a new moon that necessarily is going to be one of challenge or difficulty, but you may want to rest and retreat during this new moon. You may not want to go anywhere. You may want to do a meditation that takes you into a deeper connection with yourself. You may just love the lusciousness of the inner peace and sweetness of quiet during this new moon. Beautiful Pisces, if this resonates, let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear. My beautiful friend, thank you so much for joining me for this video on the Aquarius new moon. I'm very excited for this new moon. This is a year of so many changes, and we are being divinely supported by the planets, by this beautiful visionary Aquarius energy to move us into a new perception, a new awareness, a new joy, a new optimism and hope for the next chapter going forward. Thank you for your likes of this video, for your thumbs ups, for your comments. I love your comments. Thank you for sharing this video. Thank you for subscribing. When you subscribe, like, share, comment, you send a message to the algorithm that then sends this video out to more people who love astrology and really helps support the growth of my channel, and it means the world to me. Thank you to my Sunday chat friends for being here and joining me, and for whenever you are watching this video. I would not be here without you, and you are the reason that I do this work. If you'd like to do a private astrology consultation with me, I absolutely love meeting with you on Zoom. Go to my website, check out my astrology consultations. I am doing 2025 year ahead readings. I am also doing natal chart readings, heart's desire, life purpose, or you can book a 90-minute astrology consultation with me if you would like a bit of coaching on a specific issue or issues that are going on in your life, in addition to your astrology reading. You can also go to my coaching page, check out my coaching offerings. We can do a clarity session to help you get the answers that you are seeking, or to move through something that is quite challenging for you right now. Go to my website, check out the testimonials that other clients have shared after working with me, and you should get a sense of whether you feel called to work together. As promised, I have a free gift for you, and that free gift is a soothing guided meditation reconnecting with your spirit. If you would like to feel that unconditional love of your divine guidance, go to my website, subscribe for free to my weekly inspirational astrology updates, and you will get that free gift, instant download at the same time. So, my beautiful friend, let me know what you think or are feeling about this new moon in Aquarius. I would absolutely love to hear. And until my next video, I am sending you all my love.